What's up guys, it's Matt. I've got the T150 3-speed manual transmission that we pulled out of the CJ5 project, and it's got a bunch of grime and dirt and oil all over it. So I'm about to get the wire wheel and get it all cleaned up, because tomorrow I'm going to be taking it to Osyka, Mississippi to my buddy George's shop. George is a CJ parts guru, so he's going to pop the cover on the transmission and look at all the gears inside and make sure it doesn't need to be rebuilt. And if it does need to be rebuilt, he's going to kind of guide me through that and tell me where to get started. So let's get the wire wheel and get it cleaned up. Alright, this is a total side note, but y'all have to check this out. Look at the storm coming in. How cool does that look? Alright, so just in case you missed the videos on us taking this out and getting it this clean, all we really did to get it to here was take a scraper and scrape some dirt off and then hit it real quick with the wire wheel. So to get these spots that are like really tight and you can't really get this big grinder in there, I'm going to use my drill with some of these different wheels, maybe a little like skinnier, and be able to fit this wheel down in there where this typically hits this part of the grinder. And then I've got a small detail brush. So between these things, I'm just going to get it as clean as I can. Good morning everybody. I've got the transmission loaded up and I am headed to Osyka to George's shop so he can take the lid off the transmission and look down in there and give it a good once over and see if he thinks it needs anything. Also, while I'm there, I'm going to be finishing filming another little project with George, so I'm really excited to get that knocked out so I can show all of you guys who George is and teach you more about what he does over at his cool little shop.
I should have something to definitely want a second gear, because that's next door to pitting. And that's the problem in a gear train. When they sit a long time, everything that's down there in oil is good, but you notice there was beads of moisture. Well, everything sitting up here
is rusting from condensation.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that one's already pitting.
Okay, so George went through the transmission and he's about to give us the rundown and see what all we need to do.
Okay, third gear on this transmission, the input shaft was brutalized. The teeth on there is as bad as I've ever seen it. Second gear is only marginally better. The 2-3 synchronizer, there's something strange going on with it. It's like the keys are too short. They're not engaging the brass on third gear side. Second gear and first gear have been sitting with condensation on them for so long they're pitting, so those are toast. The 2-3 synchronizer feels like it can be reused with new brass and new keys. Same thing with the first reverse slider. new brass, new keys, and it should be good. Big thing is going to be, once disassembled, is looking at the nose of the main shaft where it goes inside the main drive gear, the input shaft. It's got to be nice and smooth all the way around, because there are roller bearings, needle bearings that go inside the input shaft, and that nose rides in those needle bearings. And if it's rough, that's not good. But that's something that would be fairly obvious.
All right.
So a tear down with the service manual and lots of pictures.
Lots of pictures. Yeah. You think I can do it though?
I think you can do it.
All right.
It's old school transmission. It's not like the newer stuff where they've got 1,000 little tiny pieces, and if you don't know where they go,
Yeah.
it is not one of those cases where there's a few pieces left over to be all right. Not the case.
Yeah.
The clearances aren't as critical. I mean, new bearings, and this thing's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's old school iron technology.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the rundown on the transmission. Not exactly what I wanted to hear, but I guess it's an opportunity to learn something new. So George is going to be on the lookout for some of the gears that we needed to replace, maybe run across some used ones instead of having to buy new. And then I guess I'm going to tear down and rebuild this transmission.